This week in NASCAR has been one of those weeks where you wake up, check the news, and you're like, wait, what just happened? Because in just a matter of days, three major stories dropped that are genuinely shaking up the sport. A driver that almost nobody expected is stepping into one of the most iconic seats in NASCAR history. A Cup Series driver has been medically sidelined right before one of the most important race weekends of the early season, and a championship-level team just had two of their pit crew members handed suspensions that are going to hurt them, starting this Sunday at Phoenix. And when you look at all three together, it actually tells you a lot about where this sport is right now. New faces trying to break in, the pressure these drivers face every single week, and how fast things can go completely sideways for a team. This channel's brand new. We're trying to build a community of real fans, and the first goal is hitting 5,000 subscribers. Let's start with the biggest surprise of the week, and honestly, one of the more unexpected NASCAR announcements in recent memory. Garrett Mitchell, known to millions across the internet as Cletus McFarland, is officially making his NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series debut in 2026, and he's doing it with none other than Richard Childress Racing. His first race with the team is scheduled for April 4th at Rockingham Speedway, the North Carolina Education Lottery 250 presented by Black's Tire. He will pilot the number 33 Tommy's Express Chevrolet, sponsored by Tommy's Express, a national car wash chain with more than 270 locations across 37 states, as well as locations in Canada and France. Coverage begins at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time on the CW network, along with Motor Racing Network and SiriusXM NASCAR Radio. Cletus McFarland launched his YouTube channel back in 2009 out of Bradenton, Florida. He is the owner of the Freedom Factory, his own personal racetrack. Today, his channel sits at over 4.65 million subscribers, with more than 1,700 videos built around drag racing, wildcar builds, and high-octane automotive content. His audience is made up of people who love cars, speed, and American motorsports culture, which makes him a natural crossover figure for NASCAR. But Mitchell didn't arrive at RCR without putting in real work first. In 2025, he raced in the ARCA Menards Series with Retta Jones Racing, making starts at Daytona, Talladega, Charlotte, and Bristol. He earned top 10 finishes at both Talladega and Charlotte, with a best finish of 9th at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Then, in February 2026, he made his NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series debut at Daytona International Speedway. He was actually running inside the top 10 early in the race before getting caught in a crash on lap 6, which dropped him to a 37th place finish. Not the debut he wanted, but it got the racing world's attention. The RCR deal is currently structured as a part-time agreement, 3 races per year, with clear potential to grow if things go well. What makes this deal even more notable is that RCR reached out to Mitchell first. They approached him about developing him as a driver and giving him a real opportunity to grow inside NASCAR. His response was exactly what you'd expect from Cletus. According to Mitchell himself, it was pretty much, hell yeah, brother. The Tommy's Express sponsorship is locked in for a 2-year contract, so Mitchell is not a one-race experiment. This is a real, structured commitment. Mitchell has spoken directly about what this opportunity means to him. To have the opportunity to make my NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series debut with a legendary race team like Richard Childress Racing is a dream come true, Mitchell said. It's a huge honor, and I am incredibly grateful to learn under the leadership of Richard Childress, Mike Verlander, Danny Lawrence, and everyone in Welcome, North Carolina. Tommy's Express CEO Alex Lemon added, family-owned, multi-generational, vertically integrated, and on the cutting edge of speed, technology, and execution, we could not think of a better fit. When you add Cletus McFarland as our driver, you truly have a dream team. But the most powerful part of this story has absolutely nothing to do with contracts or sponsorships. Greg Biffle, one of NASCAR's 75 greatest drivers, a champion in both the Xfinity Series, 2002, and the Craftsman Truck Series, 2000, with 19 Cup Series wins across a 15-year career, tragically died on December 18, 2025, in a plane crash at Statesville Regional Airport in North Carolina. He was 55 years old. He lost his wife Christina, his son Ryder, his daughter Emma, and several others on board that day. The NASCAR community lost one of its most respected figures. Biffle and Mitchell became close friends after working together during the Hurricane Helene relief efforts in 2024. Biffle personally ran helicopter rescue routes into devastated and remote mountain communities in western North Carolina. Mitchell was there too, and that shared commitment to helping people, combined with their mutual love of motorsports, created a genuine bond. The two began collaborating on drag racing projects, car builds, and automotive content. Those collaborations directly introduced millions of Cletus's subscribers to NASCAR culture. Mitchell was even a speaker at Biffle's memorial service at Bojangles Coliseum in Charlotte in January 2026. Mitchell has said that the one thing he wishes more than anything is that Greg Biffle could have seen this moment. This isn't just another race for Garrett Mitchell. This one carries a lot of weight. Whether you embrace the idea of YouTube personalities entering NASCAR or remain skeptical, the fact is, Mitchell brings a massive engaged audience with him. That has real implications for NASCAR's growth and visibility in 2026 and beyond. Now, this one is much more serious in nature. Hendrick Motorsports announced on March 5th that Alex Bowman has been diagnosed with vertigo and will not compete in the Straight Talk Wireless 500 at Phoenix Raceway on Sunday, March 8th, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, FS1, HBO Max, MRN Radio, Sirius XM. The number 48 Ally Chevrolet will instead be driven by Anthony Alfredo. The symptoms first appeared during the Circuit of the Americas road course race. During the Stage 2 break, Bowman radioed his crew with a stark message. "I've got an issue in here that we're not going to fix, but I'm going to need some help post-race probably." He drove to the garage on lap 71 of 95 and was replaced by Myatt Snyder, a Fox Sports production assistant who had been competing part-time in the O'Reilly Auto Parts series. It marked Snyder's first Cup Series competition experience. Bowman was credited with a 36th-place finish, 6 laps off the pace. Following COTA, Bowman underwent 2 full days of medical evaluation. On Thursday, Hendrick Motorsports had him drive laps in a streetcar at the 1010s Motor Club road course in Concord, North Carolina, to assess how he responded behind the wheel. After those evaluations, doctors ruled him out for Phoenix. There is currently no official timetable for his return. Anthony Alfredo, 26 years old, from Ridgefield, Connecticut, will take the seat. Alfredo has 210 NASCAR National Series starts, including 43 at the Cup level, and currently serves as the simulator test driver for Hendrick Motorsports and Chevrolet. He is deeply familiar with the team's equipment and personnel. "First and foremost, I hate it for Alex," Alfredo said. "No race car driver wants to be in the position where they have to give up their seat for a weekend to someone else. His health is definitely the most important thing, and I hope he gets back to the track soon." The timing makes this particularly difficult for Bowman. Phoenix Raceway is his home track. He is a native of Tucson, Arizona. HMS President Jeff Andrews acknowledged the weight of that fact. It's obviously frustrating for him because he's a competitor and wants to be in the race car, especially at his home track. Bowman is currently sitting 36th in the Cup Series standings after 3 consecutive finishes outside the top 20 to open 2026. This is his 9th season with Hendrick Motorsports, and he is in a contract year. His career includes 8 wins across 364 Cup Series starts, a playoff appearance in all but 1 season, and a career-best 6th-place finish in the standings in 2020. He has also previously missed 5 races in 2022 with a concussion and 3 races in 2023 with a fractured vertebrae. Hendrick Motorsports has confirmed it will request a medical waiver from NASCAR, which would keep Bowman eligible for the 2026 Cup Series Championship despite missing this race. As Andrews stated, "We're encouraged by the progress he's making, but we have to prioritize his health above all else. We'll continue to support Alex and look forward to his return as soon as he's medically cleared." Now, let's talk about Ross Chastain and Trackhouse Racing, because what happened at COTA and what followed is a serious problem heading into Phoenix. NASCAR officially suspended 2 members of Trackhouse Racing's pit crew for the number 1 Chevrolet. Rear tire changer Kenneth Pozega and Jackman Josh Appleby have both been handed 2 race suspensions. They will miss Phoenix Raceway, March 8th, and Las Vegas Motor Speedway, March 15th. and are eligible to return at Darlington Raceway on March 22nd. The incident that triggered the suspensions occurred on lap 75 at Circuit of the Americas, under green flag conditions, when the right rear wheel on Chastain's #1 car came loose on track. A wheel detaching from a car at racing speed is a genuine safety threat to every driver on track. Under Nascar, Rulebook Sections 8.8.10.4a and d, a lost tire beyond pit road results in a 2-race suspension for 2 pit crew members and a 2-lap penalty. The 2-lap penalty was issued during the race, which obliterated Chastain's day entirely. He finished 35th, 2 laps down. Phoenix is Race 3 of the 2026 NASCAR Cup Series season. Every single point matters this early in the year. Going into a short track like Phoenix without 2 of your core pit crew members who know the car, know the rhythm, and know the team's systems, is a genuine competitive disadvantage. Trackhouse will be working with replacement crew members who simply do not have that same familiarity. Adding further pressure, the Phoenix weekend is a doubleheader, also hosting the NTT IndyCar Series and the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. As Ryan Blaney noted of the joint weekend, I think it's great for the racing fan. The eyes on this weekend will be significant. And the suspensions don't stop at Phoenix. They carry directly into Las Vegas, meaning Trackhouse racing is impacted across 2 consecutive race weekends during the early stretch of the season. For a championship-caliber operation like Trackhouse Racing, this kind of early season disruption is exactly what no team wants. One mechanical failure on pit road cascaded into race penalties, lost points, suspensions, and now a 2-week competitive handicap. Step back and look at this week as a whole. A YouTube creator with 4.65 million subscribers lands a legitimate seat with one of NASCAR's most historic organizations. A veteran Cup driver is medically grounded right before his home race during a contract year, sitting 36th in the standings. And a championship-caliber team is heading into Phoenix shorthanded after a single pit road mistake triggered NASCAR's enforcement machinery. That's NASCAR in 2026. The sport is bringing in new faces, enforcing its rules strictly, and reminding every team and driver that there is no margin for error. Things change fast, and sometimes the storylines off the track are just as dramatic as what happens on it.